Ever think about what nostalgia would be like if you couldn't rely on visuals?
Hmm.
Like, how would someone who's blind experience that rush of gaming memories?
Yeah, that's fascinating.
That's kind of what we're diving into today.
Okay, cool.
This deep dive is going to get a little deep.
Right.
We're taking a look at
Okay.
nostalgia through the eyes of a blind gamer.
Interesting.
And our main source is this excerpt from an article called Nostalgia of Computer Games Through the Eyes of a Blind Person.
I'm intrigued already.
Yeah, and it's packed with these incredible insights about how sound
Yeah.
and the whole feeling of overcoming challenges in gaming
Oh, wow.
really shapes those nostalgic memories.
Okay, I'm hooked already. Let's go.
So right off the bat,
Yeah.
the article makes this point that blind gaming isn't about seeing at all.
Right.
It's about feeling, hearing, and imagining.
It's got to be a totally different way of experiencing games.
Totally. And you know what really struck me?
What's that?
The article mentions how even simple sounds, like the hum of a computer starting up
Okay.
or the click of a keyboard,
Yeah.
can become these like super powerful memory triggers for blind gamers.
Wow. Think about it.
Yeah.
For someone whose world is primarily built on sound, those everyday noises,
Right.
they become like landmarks in their gaming journey.
Totally.
It's
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Like they're not just background noise.
Yeah,
They're part of the game's world,
exactly.
part of the experience.
Exactly. And the article really dives into how audio is basically the cornerstone
Yeah.
of the whole nostalgic experience for blind gamers.
It makes sense when you think about it. I mean,
Yeah.
sound has this crazy power to bring back memories and emotion.
Absolutely.
Like you hear a certain song
Yeah.
and boom, you're right back in a specific time and place.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Like a song from your childhood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And now imagine that amplified in a gaming context.
Mm-mm.
Those iconic soundtracks, character voices, the sound effects.
They become anchors for a blind gamer's memories.
Totally. And the article actually brings up some really cool examples.
Like what?
Like the announcer in Mortal Kombat
Oh, yeah.
yelling, "Finish him!"
Classic.
Right?
Yeah.
Like even people who've never played the game,
Yeah.
they know that phrase.
It's so iconic.
It is.
Yeah.
And you know, it's amazing how just a few well-crafted sounds
Yeah.
can completely define a character or even a whole game.
Totally. Take Street Fighter, for example.
Okay.
Each fighter has their own unique sound effects for their moves.
Right.
So for a blind player, those sounds are everything.
Yeah.
That's how they know what's happening on screen.
Wow.
Who is attacking, what moves they're using.
They can tell all that just from sound.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
It's like they're deciphering a whole fight just through their ears.
Yeah. It really highlights how important good sound design is.
Absolutely. It can make games accessible in ways we might not even realize.
And speaking of accessibility,
Yeah.
the article talks about how technology is opening up the world of gaming for blind players
Yeah.
in ways that were never possible before.
It's pretty amazing how far we've come.
It is. They talk about screen readers, customized controls,
Oh, yeah.
things that might seem like small details, but they're actually huge for accessibility.
They're game changers, literally.
And it's not just about being able to play.
Right.
The article mentions this feeling of triumph
Okay.
that blind gamers experience when they adapt a game
Mhm.
that wasn't originally designed for them.
Yeah. It's like they're not just playing the game, they're conquering it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that speaks to something really fundamental about us.
Yeah.
Like this desire to overcome challenges
Mm-hmm.
and feel that sense of accomplishment.
It's like built into us, I think.
Yeah. And it really shows the creativity and resourcefulness
Definitely.
of the blind gaming community.
For sure.
You know, I'm curious about the technical side of things, though.
Okay. What are you thinking?
Like, how does a screen reader actually work in a game like Street Fighter?
Oh, that's a great question.
You know, with all the fast-paced action and complex moves?
So basically, a screen reader narrates what's happening on the screen.
Okay.
It describes the action in real time.
So in Street Fighter?
Yeah. Like it would announce, Ryu throws a Hadoken,
Wow.
or Chun-Li performs a spinning bird kick.
So they're hearing the game being described to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it gets even cooler when you combine that with customized controls.
Okay. So how does a blind player actually execute those moves?
Right, because they can't see the button combinations.
Yeah.
Well, that's where some clever remapping comes in.
Remapping.
Yeah. So for fighting games, you might have a system where certain directional inputs
Okay.
combined with a single button press
Mm-hmm.
will execute specific special moves.
So it simplifies the controls without sacrificing complexity.
Exactly. It allows for a level of precision that might seem impossible at first glance.
That's incredible how technology can bridge that gap
Yeah.
and make these experiences so much more accessible.
It's pretty amazing.
The article also touched on the importance of community for blind gamers
Oh, absolutely.
and how it kind of ties into nostalgia.
Multiplayer games and voice chat,
Yeah.
they become even more important for blind gamers.
Because they can't always rely on visual cues.
Right? It's
Yeah.
all about that social connection.
Yeah.
That shared experience.
And those shared experiences,
Mm-hmm.
they kind of get woven into those nostalgic memories.
Exactly. Like, think about coordinating a raid with your friends online
Oh, yeah.
or just joking around in voice chat.
Those moments become part of the nostalgia.
Totally. And the article argues that those social connections,
Yeah.
they actually intensify the feeling of nostalgia.
Okay. How so?
Well, it becomes about the camaraderie, the friendships,
Mm-hmm.
the shared laughter and triumphs.
Okay.
The game itself is almost secondary.
That's really interesting.
It's like the memories become richer because they're shared.
Yeah. So it's not just about the game itself.
Right.
It's about the people you experience it with. So I guess the big takeaway from this deep dive is that nostalgia,
Yeah,
it's a lot more complex than we might think.
definitely. Especially when it comes to gaming.
Right. It's
Fair.
not just about the visuals.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the whole experience.
Yeah. The emotions, the connections we make.
And how we experience the game itself.
For sure.
I think this article leaves us with a really powerful challenge
What's that?
to try and step outside our own perspective
Okay.
and imagine how someone might experience these digital worlds
Mm-hmm.
through different senses.
That's a good one.
It's a reminder that there are so many ways to experience the world
And connect with it.
and that everyone's experience is unique.
Especially in the digital age.
Exactly.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
It is.